Genshin Impact won the Player's Voice in the Game Awards 2022.
Genshin Impact!
It is also the farthest video game that reached $1 billion record in global history. Well, the developer miHoYo, or its new name HoYoverse, was only founded 10 years ago by 3-tech Otakus. Today, we will look at the short but meteoric history of HoYoverse. Let's go! The story is very typically started in a university dormitory. Back in 2011, 3 roommates in Shanghai Jiaotong University decided to develop their own ACG video games. ACG, or 二次元in Chinese, is a subculture of Asia. The term refers in particular to Japanese anime, comics, and games that happen in 2 dimensions. Japanese speakers usually use
二次元.
The 3 co-founders, Liu Wei, Haoyu, and Yuhao, are all big fans of Japanese ACG cultures, or Otakus in Japanese. The 3 founders initially named their game studio as miHoYo. Mi is taken from Miku Hatsune, Japanese 16-year-old virtual idol. H and Y are initial letters of founder's name. The O simply because big companies all have 2 O's. And they gave a slogan to miHoYo: Take Otakus, save the world. In 2011, miHoYo's ACG concept was not very favored in China. The Chinese game market was dominated by history and wuxia genre video games. ACG games were still a very niche market. In order to raise money, the co-founder Liu Wei participated in many entrepreneurship competitions to promote their otaku dreams.
宅男是一群很好、很善良、很有爱却又很可怜的人，他们内心有着强烈的跟异性交流的需求，我们就是要解决宅男的这种需求。
But they only received a $13,000 interest-free loan. No investors showed interest. They didn't give up. In September 2011, miHoYo launched their first game, Fly Me to the Moon. It was a puzzle game about a magical girl flying to the moon. The game didn't gain much traction in the market, only generating $20,000. But luckily, one investor noticed the team. In February 2012, miHoYo got an angel investment, 1 million RMB or $150,000 for a share of 15%. That investment is miHoYo's only funding till now. Last year, miHoYo's valuation reached $30 billion. In 2014, the ACG fanbase in China started to belong. miHoYo launched an ACG-style shooting game, Honkai Star Rail. This time, they partnered with Bilibili. Bilibili is one of the major streaming platforms in China. It is most popular for animation audience and Gen Z. In 2013, Bilibili was trying to expand its business to the gaming industry, so it was truly a win-win cooperation. Finally, Bilibili brought more than half of the Android market revenue for Houkai Star Rail. Besides, miHoYo invited the Japanese voice actor to dub for the game characters. And that is also a right move to attract young otakus. Honkai Star Rail brought in $40 million revenue in 2014 and 2015 combined, while miHoYo only had 17 members. Honkai Star Rail's success immediately gained attention of Chinese internet giants. Tencent and ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, even showed acquisition intention, but both declined by miHoYo. Meanwhile, the competition quickly came in the form of plagiarism. In China, the average life of a game is only 6 months on market, so the most small studios tend to copy-paste hit games by 换皮 or cheap skin method. That's to say, keep the core content and the game rules the same, but only change character appearance. So the only way to avoid plagiarism is to make the game uncopyable. miHoYo decided to invest more in the in-house technology ability, bringing 3D experience on mobile devices. After 28 months of development, miHoYo released their first free-to-play 3D action RPG game, Houkai Impact 3rd. In Houkai Impact 3rd, miHoYo built its own physics engine to support the 3D modeling and environment realization. That means this new game has more realistic character movements and a far stronger competitive edge compared to the market. The game has also been published overseas, reaching 1 million downloads only 11 days after release in Japan. In 2017, Houkai Impact 3rd created $150 million global revenue, and the miHoYo team grew from 7 to over 60. Now we understand Houkai Impact 3rd is an important step for miHoYo, not only because it goes beyond the native Chinese market, but more importantly, it builds the technical and financial foundation for miHoYo's next big hit, Genshin Impact. The development of Genshin Impact started in January 2017. After the success of Houkai Impact 3rd, miHoYo struggled to create something new, something out of imagination. So they went back to their gaming experience and agreed that all three were amazed by the grand world view and amazing exploration experience of the open world game genre. It became clear to them that they want to replicate the experience across multiple gaming platforms. This was about imagination, because previous open-world game studios all have 30 years industry experience and insight. miHoYo was still in its infancy. The scope of the project went way beyond their expectation. miHoYo's headcount scaled to 500 people, and it still took the team 44 months to develop Genshin Impact. In September 2020, Genshin Impact was finally released. This open-world RPG game became a sensation overnight. In the same year, it won the Tokyo Game Show Media Awards. It still remained the most talked about game on Twitter in 2022. Genshin Impact is reportedly bringing $4.1 billion revenue by now. 1/3 from China, 24% from Japan, with the US market contributing 17%. The success of Genshin Impact built on three foundations. Firstly, it is an open-world concept. Genshin Impact constructs a fantasy world of Tiva, home to 7 nations, each ruled by a different god. Players can explore this vast universe at their own pace, and it feels more like an adventure in an unknown exotic virtual world. The second is the landscape and its unique artistic style. The overall artistic vision of the game is intended to combine anime art with real-world landmarks. For example, Liu Wei was conceived as a reimagining of China, taking reference scenes from Zhangjiajie, Huanglong River, and more. Inazuma is filled with Japanese-style sceneries and architectures. Mondstadt takes inspiration from medieval Western Germany. Those picturesque landscapes give users a unique sense of identity, and they feel they can connect to the real world, especially during the pandemic. Lastly is the set of culturally diverse characters. Genshin Impact has created more than 60 characters by now, all of them taking inspiration from real-world peoples and cultures. From the names, clothes, personalities, you can probably tell where she or he comes from, and later be impressed by the cultural diversity. Yunjin, a Chinese-inspired character, is one of the most talked about. Its teaser has 8 million views. Many are impressed by the Chinese opera Yunjin performs in the game, and said it was the first time they know the beauty of this art. The three foundations enable the Genshin Impact to truly become a place where users can go home and let go of their imagination. In February 2022, miHoYo announced that it was rebranding itself to HoYoverse, claiming the transformation is a byproduct of its growing ambition. This time, their ambition is matched by their decisive investment moves. HoYoverse is reportedly funded more than 20 startups, including a private rocket company, a nuclear energy company, a metaverse social platform, and a brain-computer interface technology laboratory. HoYoverse ecosystem is going from virtual to actual.
Nice.
From a small studio of 3 tech otakus to world-class game developer. That is HoYoverse story of past 10 years. Welcome to leave your comment and subscribe for more interesting stories. I'm Ichi. See you next time. Meanwhile,